British Airways, Virgin Atlantic in the skies above London. Fierce competitors on the US market for 37 years, taking off simultaneously today from London's Heathrow Airport, both flying to New York's JFK, both deploying Airbus A350-1000s. The Airbus A350-1000 of Virgin Atlantic was taking off there from runway 27L. British Airways flight taking off from runway 27R. For the occasion, British Airways carrying the flight number BA001, the former Concorde flagship flight number. And joining us now is the Virgin Atlantic CEO, Shay Weiss. Hello to you, Shay. Thanks for joining us. Quite the day for you.
Big day, yeah. 600 days of the border being shut down for UK nationals going to the US. So a dramatic day, but it's really lovely to see the families reuniting with loved ones, grandparents who have not seen their grandchildren, people going on honeymoon belatedly. So a fantastic day for aviation, of course, for Virgin Atlantic and our people.
Okay, now tell me what happened a little bit earlier on. You took off on parallel runways with British Airways. That must have taken some organising.
It took a lot of organizing and 37 years in the making. So at 8:50 today, two A350-1000s, the most efficient planes in our fleets, both respective fleets, took off from London Heathrow into JFK. And the competition will not be who gets there the quickest, but rather who gets there on time with the most efficient use of fuel. So fantastic day, highly coordinated, synchronized takeoff.
Yeah, looking at the noses both going up simultaneously, that was so impressive. And as you say, very symbolic indeed. How quickly do you think you're going to be able to return to pre-pandemic levels? It's such an important route for both airlines, isn't it? The one across the Channel, across the Atlantic.
Yeah, at Virgin Atlantic, we say that we wouldn't be Virgin without the Atlantic. 60% of our capacity is to the US, and by April of 2022, we expect to have as many sectors as many seats across the Atlantic. Now, take-up will be, I think, unpredictable for a bit, but we're already seeing very strong demand for Christmas, for Easter and the summer, and of course, this week is absolutely full to the reams, about 100% capacity and 100% take-up of the seats. Now, business travel will follow, and we don't know exactly how the impact of technology will be on the business traveler, but we're already seeing signs of the small to medium-sized enterprises moving to travel, and of course the large corporations will follow. People do business with people, and Zoom and Teams and Slack is a very good use of technology, but it is not a substitute for a face-to-face meeting.
Shay, what checks or rules are in place for once you get onto the aeroplane? I'm guessing masks still and the like.
Yeah, of course, and I think aviation has proven that travel is safe. And the advancements, of course, of the vaccine and the medicines, but on board, the cleanliness of the planes, the need to wear masks. Our crews have been tested throughout the pandemic before they get on board. And of course, with all the procedures of pre-departure testing and upon arrival testing, I think travel is safe and should give people comfort that they can use the planes to connect with the loved ones and to business to reunite with their colleagues and partners to get things done and get this very important travel corridor back to its normal and best place.
Okay, I wonder if I could just explore with you in a little bit more detail. Obviously, it's COP26 at the moment. We're all trying to cut our carbon emissions. And yet we see two A350s taking off simultaneously to take people to the United States. What can passengers do to try to be more environmentally aware?
Yes, of course, COP26 is a major event and aviation needs to do its part. We've all committed to becoming net zero by 2050, but that's a long way away, so we're doing things right now. The things that airlines should do is have the youngest fleet in the sky, next generation planes, like the ones that took off here today from Heathrow. 68% of our fleet is next generation. And in terms of the travelers, they should be conscious. The day trip to Brussels, the day trip to New York, maybe not the best use of time, but combining leisure and business into a longer trip is the thing to do. Being smart about who you travel with And of course, the airlines and everybody around us, governments, financiers, the oil majors, need to play a part that action towards net zero doesn't wait another 10 years, but actually happens every single day from now on.
It's a great day for you and for British Airways today, but how concerned are you, perhaps niggling in the back of your mind, that the COVID rates are increasing here? You know, they are very high in the United States. Hundreds of thousands of people have died there. More than about 140,000 have died here in the United Kingdom, that potentially we're not out of the woods yet.
Absolutely. Look, there is no doubt that the COVID pandemic has had a devastating effect on the lives and livelihoods of so many. At Virgin Atlantic and an airline in general, we know this better than anyone. But I think the difference is that the vaccination rates being so high and the efficacy so good, and the fact that there are new procedures coming online gives me confidence that we are moving forward rather than backwards. And yes, the pandemic has thrown curveballs at all of us, and we've learned to adapt. But I think it is a testament of the scientists, the governments, the NHS, that we are in this position right now to serve customers, families, businesses, and reuniting. Travel is safe, so we encourage people to absolutely adhere to the rules, put a mask on, do the test, take a vaccine, and then travel should be able to connect you with your loved ones.
Why didn't you fly to JFK today? We believe the chief exec of British Airways was on board his flight.
Yes, and you know, someone has to do things differently. We're here, there's plenty of stuff to cover here in the United Kingdom, and of course it's business as usual, so this is a very big day of celebration. But my job continues, and I'm sure Sean is having a great time on his flight to the United States.
I'm sure. When are you next going?
I don't know yet, but probably in the new year.
Okay, fantastic. Just before I let you go, looking at these two flights taking off, how did that work? Did you have to close the runway where the planes normally land so that you could get them both to take off at the same time? I don't really understand.
Yeah, indeed. I think you're absolutely right. So this is, it's unprecedented in terms of British Airways and Virgin Atlantic cooperating this way, but it just shows us that when we are faced with great challenges and difficulties, we must unite. And indeed, one was using the takeoff, one was the landing. It was 8:50 synchronous takeoff, a really beautiful sight to commemorate this very special day of celebration of opening the borders after 600 days.
Okay, Shea Weiss, CEO of Virgin Atlantic. Great to talk to you. Congratulations. It all went very smoothly. Good to talk to you. Thank you.